Hello, friends. It is the first week of April, if we all can believe that. Um, Maybe some of us more than others who have had to be intensely present at home the last few weeks. Want to say, thinking about you, going through this journey with you, just knowing that there's a lot more time together, there's a lot more presence. It can be intense. Our family dynamics show up. We have the opportunity to shine a light on stuff we don't like, which I call the contrast stuff we do like. Get clearer and clearer on what we want to call in, what we value as we're home more and more. So sending lots of good vibes and love and light to people out there that are on the front lines, and sending lots of love and light to you too for this time of transition. Let's see what the cards have to say today. I just thought I would pull them while I'm on the phone with you. Not on the phone, online with you today. Just see what comes up. And so I just set my intention to receive messages that help us gain clarity, help us understand what's here, and ask too for a message of hope. The last couple weeks I've just felt compelled to draw 4, so okay. The first one that I drew is upside down, which indicates blocked energy, or energy that's not consistent, some resistance. And so it is an air card. This air card, again, is connected to intellect. A lot of times I pull these cards in people's readings or in my own readings when people are overthinking, overanalyzing, worrying. So it's no surprise we have an air card again here. And when you see a lot of the illustrations, when you see a lot of, in this case, unicorns, it's indicative of conflict or a lot going on, especially if, in this case they're not, but if the horns are crossed or there's fighting. But in this case there's some of the animals leaving and some circling. And so what that really says is that there's going to be cooperation and compromise, and also you're going to get clear on letting go of what is no longer serves you. Things leaving, things, people, circumstances going out of your periphery. So plans that need revision, more going on than meets the eye. So when we're first in isolation, we tend to do okay with it, or I would say it's like ebb and flow, kind of a roller coaster. But it might be encouraging you now. The angels are saying to, kind of what came through when I first started is to get clearer on what's working and what's not working, and revise those plans. Figure out where you don't like your outcomes and what you have potential to change. Being that that's upside down, there's a lot of resistance. There's a lot of resistance just globally to change, right? We like our structure, we like things to stay the same, but nothing ever stays the same, right? Control is such an illusionary concept. It's not real. You can only control how you respond and react. So do that now. The situation is the situation. Look at your choices, look at your outcomes, and choose what you really want. This one is not upside down. Here's an earth card. What's really coming in is how a lot of us has seen the shift of getting things done, or tapping into things, doing things that we've never done before. So an example, okay, so earth card is tied to our human lives, our present earthly lives. So it's tied to home, family, money, finances, work. It's a card of groundedness, and it's not upside down. And so what I've seen and what's coming in for me is this message of um, getting things done that we've never done before. So you've maybe seen this with yourself or others, where you're cleaning out closets that you've put off and said, I'm using a personal example, that you've said, oh, I'll get to that later, right? Our spare bedroom closet is full of boxes from when we moved, and I actually went through one this weekend. So a lot of us are doing that, right? We're accessing things that parts of ourselves that shows up physically in physical form. So yes, we're unpacking and unloading and cleaning out these boxes, these drawers, but what is really happening on a psychological level is we're accessing those parts of ourselves that have been previously ignored. And this pandemic, this isolation, this staying home has given us that opportunity to really look at what's there. Because cleaning your home, cleaning out things is never just about, I'm cleaning it out. You have to do some inner work to get there. And so you might not think of it consciously, but just notice the subtle changes of yourself, of the ideas, of the patterns that you're also cleaning or clearing out, decluttering. So that's what I get from this card. And also a sense of, we're here, you're not alone. This is good. This is a good thing. And you can feel that as you do that. Next two cards are upside down to me, which again indicates resistance or blockage. We have another Earth card. So dealing with finances in this case, fears about money. A lot of people, there's a lot of collective energy right now. People have lost their jobs. People are afraid. And so there's a lot of uncertainty around self-employment. And what this card is really asking you to do is tap into that wisdom of acknowledging that it's okay to be vulnerable, it's okay to need help, and to allow others to give you that help. To not look at it as weakness, but look at it as a step on your path. You know, we're all on our own paths, but they're all going to the same place. And so when you're in alignment and you're feeling good, you know, you're cruising down your path and everything's great, but sometimes there's a bump in the road, right? Or you're down in the shoulder. You're always on your path, but it's not always a smooth path. You're not always in alignment or completely tapped into what feels good. And so if you find yourself down on the shoulder or maybe just stopped on your path, remember that we're here to help each other. Pray, meditate, ask for help, ask for guidance, ask that you be able to let down your guard in order to find these resources that you need. There's no weakness in this. This is a necessity, and if it's happening to you, it's there for a reason. So trust that. Trust that you're going to learn and grow and evolve in reaching out. All right, the last one. Another air card. So last week we had 2 airs and 2 waters, and this week we're seeing 2 airs and 2 earths. And so people are getting more grounded because they're staying home and really getting clear on what's working, what's not working, and they're having to face, right, being present with themselves and others and acknowledge whatever's there for them. And you're going to see this is actually, we had this card last week. Now I want you to know that, hang on, somebody's calling me. I want you to know that in this deck there are, looking for it here, 78 cards. 78 cards in this deck. It's a thick deck. So this is just more affirmation to me that they're reiterating what is here for us. Challenging information, delay of plans, right? We're really having this in our face constantly right now. And it's hard to process. It's hard to sit with. Remember to monitor, to moderate what you're bringing in to yourself, what you're allowing in your environment and into your home. You know, keeping the news on 24 hours a day not a great idea. You know, there's very little positive news right now, so take it in doses or tap into it here and there and take what you need. But your job right now, especially because a lot of us don't have them, your job right now is to really be present and acknowledge what comes up. Allow what comes up and not judge yourself about it. Let it be there. Let it process out. That means crying, fear, anxiety, all of it. And when you can, you know, you have a day like that or some days like that, when you can, from the moment you wake up, try to find something you feel grateful about in that day and try to build off of that. I say we helps us kind of go up the emotional scale instead of down the emotional scale. When you can have a good day where you can start your day off with gratitude, you can start to go up the emotional scale. And what am I going to do today? What would feel good to me today? I'm grateful that the sun is out and that I can maybe leave my house and go for a walk. And so try to work your way up. That means choosing thoughts that generate positive feelings. If you can't get to a positive feeling, at least a neutral feeling. Practice with that. Practice with generating and changing those thoughts from negative or fear-based to positive on the days that you can. Again, I'm here to help. If you want some concrete skills, I can do that for you. You can schedule an appointment on my website at adriannewagner.com. Also, sign up for my newsletter. I'm going to have another one coming out soon that will give some supportive info. So we'll see you next week. Thanks for spending this time with me.